Mark lost 35 pounds in 4 months. His belly was gone. He felt amazing, bought new clothes, posted the before and after photos. 6 months later, every pound was back, plus 8 more. He came to me desperate. What's wrong with me? Why does my body hate me? I ran his labs, and I found the answer. His body had changed at a cellular level during his diet. It was now programmed to store fat, specifically belly fat. This isn't about willpower. This is about biology. And if you've ever lost weight and gained it all back, your body did the same thing to you. I'm going to show you exactly why this happens, and more importantly, how to stop it. You've been here before, maybe multiple times. You commit. This time is different. You cut calories, you hit the gym, the weight comes off. 2 months in, you're down 20 pounds. People notice. You feel incredible. You think you finally figured it out. Then it slows down. Then it stops. Then, despite eating the same way that was working, the scale starts climbing. You panic. You cut more calories. You add more cardio. Nothing works. Within a year, you're back where you started, or heavier. And the worst part? Your belly comes back first, and it comes back bigger. You blame yourself, weak, undisciplined, no willpower. But here's the truth. Your body adapted to your diet, and those adaptations are why the fat came back. 3 specific biological changes happened while you were losing weight, and all 3 make regaining fat inevitable unless you understand them. Here's what happened to your metabolism, and this is going to make you angry. When you cut calories, your body thinks you're in a famine. It doesn't know you're trying to fit into your genes. It thinks food is scarce and you might die, so it adapts. It slows down your metabolism to conserve energy. A famous study called the Biggest Loser study tracked contestants from the show. They lost massive amounts of weight on the show through extreme calorie restriction and exercise. Researchers measured their metabolic rate before, during, and after the show. Then they followed them for 6 years. What they found was shocking. After losing weight, their metabolism had slowed by an average of 500 calories per day. This means they had to eat 500 fewer calories than someone the same size who'd never dieted, forever. 6 years later, most had regained the weight, and their metabolism was still suppressed. Your body learned from the diet. It learned food might disappear, so it became more efficient at storing fat and less willing to burn it. This is called metabolic adaptation, and it doesn't go away when you start eating normally again. So when you went back to eating 2,000 calories, a normal amount, your body was only burning 1,700. The extra 300 calories per day got stored as belly fat. Over a year, that's 30 pounds, pure fat, while eating a normal amount of food. Over a year, that's 30 pounds, pure fat, while eating a normal amount of food. When you lose weight, fat cells shrink, but they don't disappear. You had 80 billion fat cells when you were heavy. After losing weight, still 80 billion fat cells, just smaller. And those cells are waiting. They want to be full again. A study from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden studied fat cells in people who'd lost significant weight. They found something disturbing. A genes inside fat cells had been permanently changed by being overfilled. Even after shrinking, the cells were primed to refill. They called this fat cell memory. Your fat cells remember being full, and they send signals to your brain. We need more fat. We're too small. Eat more. This is why you felt hungrier after losing weight than before. Your shrunken fat cells were screaming for refill, and they're persistent. Studies show this signal can last for years. The Minnesota starvation experiment in the 1940s put men on severe calorie restriction for 6 months, then watched what happened after. When allowed to eat freely again, they didn't just return to normal eating, they binged uncontrollably. They gained back all the weight plus 10% more, and they didn't return to normal eating patterns for over a year. Your fat cells wanted to refill, and they used hunger to force you to refill them. The third mechanism is the cruelest. Your weight-regulating hormones got reprogrammed. Two hormones control your weight: leptin and ghrelin. Leptin says, "You're full, stop eating." Ghrelin says, "You're hungry, eat more." When you lost weight, leptin dropped dramatically. A study from the New England Journal of Medicine showed that after losing 10% of body weight, leptin dropped by 40%. So your "I'm full" signal was now 40% weaker. You had to eat way more food to feel satisfied. At the same time, ghrelin went up. Your "I'm hungry" signal got louder. At the same time, ghrelin went up. Your "I'm hungry" signal got louder. And here's the worst part. These changes persisted for years. The same New England Journal study followed people for a year after weight loss. Their leptin and ghrelin were still disrupted. They needed 20 to 30% more calories to feel as full as someone the same weight who'd never dieted. So you're fighting biological hunger that's been amplified by your diet. Your body is demanding more food. And when you try to resist, your metabolism slows even more. You were set up to fail from the moment you started losing weight.
Okay, so how do you lose weight without triggering these adaptations? 3 strategies. Strategy 1, lose weight slower. Rapid weight loss triggers aggressive metabolic adaptation. Your body thinks it's a famine. It panics. Lose weight at 1% of body weight per week maximum. For a 200-pound man, that's 2 pounds per week max, preferably 1 to 1.5 pounds. This gives your metabolism time to adjust gradually. Your body doesn't panic. The adaptations are much smaller. Strategy 2, lift weights to preserve metabolism. When you diet, you lose muscle and fat. Losing muscle is what crashes your metabolism. Muscle is metabolically expensive. Every pound burns 50 calories daily. When you lose 10 pounds of muscle, your metabolism drops 500 calories per day. Heavy strength training 3 times a week preserves muscle during weight loss. You lose fat, keep muscle, maintain metabolism. Studies show people who lift weights while dieting maintain 90% of their metabolic rate. People who just diet and do cardio, they lose 20 to 30% of their metabolism. Strategy 3, reverse diet after losing weight. This is the strategy nobody talks about, and it's the most important. After you reach your goal weight, don't just jump back to normal eating. Your metabolism is suppressed. If you eat normally, you'll gain it all back. Instead, increase calories slowly, at 100 calories per week. This gives your metabolism time to recover, your leptin time to normalize, your body time to adapt to maintaining your new weight. Over 8 to 12 weeks, you can bring your calories back up to maintenance without regaining fat. Most people skip this step. They diet, reach their goal, celebrate by eating normally, and immediately start regaining. The reverse diet is what makes the weight loss permanent.
Here's the truth. The reason belly fat comes back is because of how you lost it. Extreme calorie restriction, rapid weight loss, no strength training, jumping straight back to normal eating after hitting your goal. All of these trigger the 3 adaptations we talked about: slow metabolism, hungry fat cells, disrupted hormones. But if you lose weight the right way, slowly, with strength training, with a reverse diet, you can avoid most of these adaptations. Your metabolism stays strong, your hormones stay balanced, your fat cells don't panic, and you can actually keep the weight off. Mark came back to me after we figured this out. We put him on a proper protocol, lost the weight again over 6 months, lifted heavy, reverse dieted for 10 weeks. 2 years later, still lean, metabolism recovered, no regain, because we didn't trigger the biological trap.
If you've ever lost weight and gained it all back, hit that like button. You need to understand this wasn't your fault. Comment below, how many times have you lost weight and regained it? Let's see how common this actually is. And subscribe, because next week I'm revealing the exact reverse diet protocol I use with clients, step by step, week by week, how to increase calories without regaining fat. Your belly fat didn't come back because you're weak. It came back because your biology was working against you. But now you know how to work with your biology instead of against it. Lose it slow, lift heavy, reverse diet. That's how you keep it off forever. See you next time.